a second round pick.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. Second or third round pick is fair. I think we can definitely get a second.
And we'll give y'all JJ.
We don't want him. Just give us a second round pick. Just give us a second one. We good. We good on that.
So a second round pick for Calvin Ridley. Trade machine successful.
Trade machine successful. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Matthews and
Symone. Jalen Mills is somebody that I get behind.
I'm not even gonna cap on DeAndre Hopkins. He has the best hands in the league.
Played through it, hurt and played through it, hobbling on back to the field.
Right. I'm saying when you one of the best teams out there, you know the other team's division ain't got no choice but to try and get like you. You dig?
So let's get right into the video.
Let's go.
So guys, today we have another collab between me and Dylan because it's another scenario that really pertains to our two teams.
That's right.
So guys, make sure you like this video, make sure you leave a comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you keep rocking with us. Check out the many links down below. Buy us the coffee, subscribe to Dylan's channel, subscribe to my channel. Shop the official SymoneWithTheSports merch collection. Rocking the JALEN Make It Hurts tee today. And above all else, just turn your notification bells on. But guys, let's get into this topic today. Calvin Ridley, Philadelphia Eagles trade rumor. Now let me set the stage and tell you guys why this is such a hot topic on the boards. Of course, we have our Falcons insider and expert, Dylan Matthews.
That's me.
Give us some great insight on Calvin Ridley's game and how he could possibly fit with the Eagles and why he's not a fit for the Falcons anymore. So first of all, why the Eagles when it pertains to Calvin Ridley? The Eagles, we drafted DeVonta Smith, but outside of DeVonta Smith, we haven't been really good at developing wide receivers. We still not good at developing wide receivers. We were lucky that DeVonta Smith was NFL ready and that he didn't need any development. We drafted a slew of young wide receivers in the last two drafts, last three drafts. We got JJ Arthega, we got Jalen Reagor, we got Quez Watkins, we got John Hightower. We haven't been developing any of those guys. If it wasn't for DeVonta Smith being NFL ready, our freaking wide receiver room would be trash. Now, DeVonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders, Jalen Hurts, they have been taken over on this offense. But the way that this league is built, you need a three-headed monster in the passing game. We've got DeVonta Smith, we got Dallas Goedert, but we need a true wideout, a true big body X-receiver for Jalen Hurts in his passing game. Now, our run game has been the fuel of the Eagles' offense, which has gotten everything going. But Nick Sirianni has said several times that he wants to fix the passing game, and that's his main objective in the offseason. Now, there's two ways to fix the passing game, like I've said time and time again. One, the quarterback. We pretty much know Jalen Hurts is a lot. Two, the offensive line. We know those guys are goated. Three, the receiving core. Now, we haven't been giving Quez enough playtime, enough development, but even if Quez does pop off and be a great receiver, which I hope he does, he's still not our traditional X receiver. And we still don't have a veteran in the room that these guys can grow and learn from. Now, Calvin Ridley. What's been going on with Calvin Ridley in Atlanta, Dylan?
I don't know. I mean, he's up, said he need to work on his mental health, then peaced out, dipped out. We were gonna pay him, I have to believe.
Well,
I don't know if he just got tired of losing. Like,
can you set the stage on Calvin? Like, how long has he been in the league? When is he up to get paid? All that.
So Calvin is up to get paid after next year. He's got one more year of his rookie deal, which is next year. He came in, this was his fourth year in the league. So wait, was after this year? I gotta look at his contract.
Probably this year.
Yeah, I think it's after this year or next year is when, because I think we picked up I know we picked up his option. So I think it was after this year or next year Calvin Ridley had to get paid, but I'm 99.9% sure it's after next year's season is when Calvin is due to get paid. So all signs were pointing to we were gonna pay him. He was the number one dude. He was getting number one dude targets.
Y'all freaking traded Julio Jones?
We traded Julio Jones and like made him the dude. I don't understand if there was any beef. Like, the only thing I can really think of is like something is really going on with Calvin Ridley, like mentally, that has nothing to do with football. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe something, I don't want to speculate because I really have no idea. Yeah. Maybe something happened in Atlanta to where maybe the Falcons aren't even the problem and he just needs to get away from Atlanta for some reason.
Where is he from?
He went to Alabama, so he might be from Alabama. I don't know where he's from. I have to look that up real quick.
Now, you know, it's a lot of distractions in the city of ATL.
Yeah.
So, like you said, I So you guys might know or might not know, basically Calvin Ridley, leading receiver for the Falcons already this year, been balling out even with Julio Jones in the rotation. Calvin Ridley has been able to shine in the offense that Julio Jones built. So that's just already just showing how great Calvin Ridley could be. This season, Calvin Ridley just randomly sat out with the Falcons a couple of games into the season. I don't even want to say it was midway through the season.
No, he was in, by the way, he's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Calvin Ridley is. And he played in 5 games.
So 5 games. So he only played in 5 games and then he sat out.
He played in weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4, was hurt for a couple of weeks, came back week 7 against Miami, and that was the last time we saw Calvin.
So week 7, and you guys know that this Falcons team was borderline a wild card team. If they had Calvin Ridley, that could have put them over.
Yep.
So it would have put them over. So is there a scenario where he's like, this team sucks, don't want to be with this team? But the writing was on the wall for the Falcons to be what they are this offseason. So why would you start and ball out this season and all of a sudden at week 7, week 8, you say, I don't want to be with the Falcons anymore? You knew what this roster was.
Exactly.
If it is the roster situation.
Yeah.
Which it might not be. You knew what the roster was before the season started.
Exactly.
You knew at the end of the season you can make a trade, you can get traded, even if you did play the whole season. But my thing is, Calvin, it has to be something deeper because you will want to make your draft stock, your trade stock, your value higher.
Right.
It would not benefit him as a player to sit out because he needs that film of him. He needs those stats so he would look more enticing for a team to trade because now that you're sitting out, you're making these other GMs and these other players like, is that the kind of teammate we want? Because are you going to quit on us midseason? And that's my biggest hesitation with Calvin.
Sorry about that. And then 2, if it was just the team not playing well, when we got to like 500, mind you, when we played San Francisco week 15 or whatever it was, I don't have the top of my head, if we would have beat San Francisco, we would have been in the playoffs. Like we didn't clinch the playoff spot, but at that point in time, we would have been a playoff team. So when we started playing well, if it was truly just about the team not playing well, which I don't know if that's really the case or not, wouldn't he want to come back, like, okay, we're getting something now, let me come in here and maybe, we can really make some things shake and make it turn to the playoffs. So maybe it was like beef with somebody on the team or the coaching, like maybe he didn't agree.
Maybe it was Kyle Pitts coming in. These dudes are divas. Maybe he wanted, y'all traded Julio, but y'all bring in another star, Calvin Ridley. Maybe he want to be the main dude.
Maybe.
We just need an explanation from Calvin because, yes, Calvin is a baller. We know that. But do we want to bring in somebody to Philly? We have a great chemistry, teammate chemistry, coach, teammate chemistry. The team has great chemistry. Do we want to bring in somebody like Calvin? That's why I want to know why. If it was mental health, maybe he does just need a change of pace to get his mental back right. But if it's a situation where he was beefing with somebody or he didn't like the play calling, y'all did get a new coach.
We did, yeah.
Maybe he didn't like the play calling.
Right.
Maybe he wanted to be that guy and maybe bringing in Kyle Pitts, threaten him. If it's that kind of situation, I don't want him in Philly.
Maybe he didn't like the new culture of Arthur Smith because Arthur Smith was like way more of a no-nonsense dude than Dan Quinn was. So maybe it could have been that. Who knows?
If it's anything like that, then I'll take. There's plenty of other receivers in free agency. I'll take that. Now, if it was just a reasonable explanation, then yeah, bring Ridley on. Go ahead and read off his stats.
So last year, Calvin really balled out. He had 90 receptions for 1,374 yards, 9 touchdowns. And mind you, he hasn't had, up until this season where he didn't play, he only played 5 games, he's had at least 7 receiving touchdowns in his career. His rookie season, 10 touchdowns, over 800 yards. Second season, 7 touchdowns, over 800, almost 900 yards. Last season, over 1,000 yards, over 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. And then this season, even only playing 5 games, he still managed to get 2 touchdowns and 31 receptions, almost 300 yards. So the dude is a baller when he's right. And he's been pretty durable. Calvin hasn't really missed too many games. He's durable. He's good. Now, he's not a super big body dude, but he runs great routes. He's got speed. He could be a deep threat. He's not as fast as Smitty, But you know,
we don't need to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's a great route runner. He's gonna get open and he's gonna win one-on-one. Period. So
that's what we need.
And if Calvin and he's gonna catch the ball too. Now he did have a couple of drops this season, you know, and he's a little bit smaller. I'll give you the drops number for him. Let's see. Do they have that on here?
Drops.
That was one thing that, you know, we kind of were. It's not even it's not necessarily like he doesn't have like wide open drops, but like, you know, he is a little bit of a smaller dude. So, you know, if he goes in the slot, you know, he takes a hit, you know, he might not come
the ball gonna pop out.
But I have seen him where he does take hits and he does hold on to the ball. So maybe that was just the this year type of thing where he's off. Because before this year, the drops were never really a problem. And even this year, it was only a couple of times. So it wasn't like a continuous problem. But I'm just throwing it out there for y'all as the insider. I'm giving y'all all my insights. So, but point blank period is, if Calvin Ridley is right, he's a baller. And he makes any team better.
So my question is, now we have about we'll have between $15 million at least and up to $30 million to spend in free agency. Mm-hmm. Just depending on contract restructure. We could have up to $30 million, but we'll have at least $15 million. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, is it worth trading? Because I know you ain't no Terry Fontenot, but you want a first round pick.
That's not going to happen. I was tripping.
Okay, thank you. Y'all wasn't getting no first round pick for Calvin Ridley.
I think we could get a second though.
Especially with all the wide receiver talent, like that's Calvin Ridley. You should have thought about that when you sat out this year.
Yeah, no. a first round pick is a far stretch. I was tripping. That was just my knee.
Now I would definitely give y'all a second round pick.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. Second or third round pick is fair. I think we can definitely get a second.
And we'll give y'all JJ.
We don't want him. Just give us a second round pick. Just give us a second one. We good. We good on that.
So a second round pick for Calvin Ridley. Trade machine successful.
Trade machine successful.
Now, like I said, it just depends, y'all. If he on some bougie, we don't need no bougie. We had enough drama in Philly between the NBA and the NFL teams. We got enough drama with divas. But if it seriously is, you know, some off the field stuff, and he just needs to change the pace. You said he's from Florida. That's right down the road from ATL. Right. We know how they get there. Them Floridians.
Yeah, Floridians.
They real wild. Them Floridians wild.
A little different sometimes.
Right. Them Floridians. But y'all, let us know what y'all think. Do you see the Eagles trading for Calvin, or do you see us signing someone in free agency? Dylan, do you see a scenario where Calvin stays on y'all roster?
Nah, I don't see it, cause I mean he just up and dipped and he never came back. We never got any update. We just didn't hear anything. Once he left, he was just gone.
And you were singing his praises.
And I liked Calvin.
You love Calvin.
I love Calvin. We could have had it all.
Mm-hmm. Rolling in the wild card.
So
he left the birds and shit.
He left the nest and he never came back.
It traded to the East.
But yeah, I see, you know, I would be shocked, shook, all of that if Calvin Ridley was on.
Well, now I wouldn't be surprised. Because like I said, this is his first mishap, and who knows? If it really was something mental, he could come and apologize. Maybe. And then too, the numbers are there. We stopped finding Ben Simmons. If Calvin want to come back, I'll be open. Yeah, we gonna take him. We gonna take him back because we don't have many other options at wide receiver. But and he know that. Yeah, he know that too. So you know, if Calvin's open to come back, we're willing to take him back. You know, so like you said, up until this point, he's been cool and he's been productive. So I don't know, but it just don't seem like he gonna be back though. We haven't heard nothing from him. It's a long off season. We'll see. We gonna see. But make sure you guys like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with us. Also check out the mini links down below. Buy us coffee, subscribe to our channels, turn your notification bells on, and until we talk to you guys next time, bye.